In my project, the most crucial aspect of architecture is to generate a message of social and political change, but the implementation of virtual images that conveys a subliminal message to achieve this social and political change. My project aims to use public spaces where people can meet and express their disagreement with laws and quarrel injustice against the antagonist societies. How strong or brutal does a subliminal message need to be? Or for instance, how much is the risk that these public spaces can be taken by the anarchists? Everybody knows how powerful is the social media in our present time. I always ask myself these questions about Twitter. How much a Twitter message can affect our mood? Can a Twitter message can bring us back the wild instinct that we have inside? Can a Twitter message kill people? What is the current reality of our life in the United States? Are we living a manipulated reality? What are we really celebrating?
Zero evidence.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol. You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Meanwhile, at the Capitol, armed crowds gathered, and police were grossly underprepared for what was about to happen, despite the known threats posed by some protesters.
Field condition is the best example where I can take my project to the next level. Field condition by Stan Allen. The idea came from the article Field Condition, which said it could be any formula or spatial metrics capable of unifying diverse elements while respecting the identity of each. Field conditions are bottom-up phenomena defined not by overarching geometrical schemas, but by intricate local connections. Interval, repetition, seriality are concepts. Form matters, but not so much the form of things as the form between things. After reading Field Conditions article, there is a question that is coming on my mind about our society. Does our society belong to field conditions or behave according to these conditions? An insurrection that won't end in resurrection. The culmination of all that came Wednesday, when Trump supported, exhorted by the president to go to the Capitol and fight like hell against a stolen election, overran and occupied the building in an explosive confrontation that left a Capitol police officer and 4 others dead. Permanent elements versus impermanent elements. Field condition. In the first semester, I carried out an experiment to find out how the theory of field condition by Staten Island works. First, I needed a tree bark, tracing paper, and a pencil to trace the texture of the tree's bark on a paper. Second, once the bark's surface has been traced, I extract a pattern of spots that help me to coordinate the direction and the size of the pattern. Finally, I develop a concept model following the pattern's orientations and size and generate a shape and a volume corresponding to the field condition. According to the field condition, in a building, permanent elements are the wall, floors, and structural elements. Might be a dead law. Impermanent elements can be thought of as a life law, or the objects and people that encompass it. Whether light, time, politics, and culture, it could be influence on the building field condition. The drawing is showing how people and things move through the space based on external forces like weather, thema, religious belief, and survival instincts. Looking at the field condition in nature is a way to think about program. As in the example below, there are specific elements that remain constant, but there is still a living element that is constantly changing and evolving over time according to outside environmental conditions. Field conditions establish the idea of an architecture defined not by the built structure, but by the relationship of the form within an abstract field of dynamic condition. In these images, we can see and monitor how people move around the Capitol during the assault.